Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 95, released June 1965. Our price, 30 cents, which is indeed cheap. Maybe not cheap. What's that all about? Perhaps they just raised the price on the issue. We'll find out about that in just a second. But before we flip through this, let me please remind you, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. That's the #1 way to support this YouTube channel, to help it grow, to get Mad back in the memories of people all across the internet. And there's no better way than to do that. There's no better way to do that than hitting like, hitting subscribe, and leaving a comment on this video. If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. Link is down in the description. If you think this is worth anything more than a like and a subscribe, I got buttons, I got stencils, I got some cool stuff, and maybe I got to do something cool again to send out. These are the people that I get to thank for their support today: Ben Forsgren, Joey Gesso, Flexion of Perfection, Misimo, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Meadsbury, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for the support. I hope I can keep on earning it. That's it. That's all I have to say. We're back to here. I am going to look on Doug Guilford's Mad cover site and see what's going on with this cover. Here, if you don't know, Mad covers, crackedcoversite.com. Sorry, that's the official name, not the unofficial name. It's the name that I call it. And I actually bought that domain name and have it redirected to Mad Cover Site. So go to crackedcoversite.com and it'll go right to there. Anyway, so there's this issue, the one before it. 25 cents. What I say, they just raised the price, those bastards. They've been really good about that lately, though. They haven't raised the price in a decade. This is a special spring training issue of Mad. Beautiful Norman Mingo cover. It's just nice. It's nice. I mean, they're kind of going back to the well with the spring pun. I think it was like Mad 20. Was it 23 or something? No, it's probably not 23. It's because that was a comic issue. Which one is it? Oh, 28. Mad Magazine number 28 is the special spring issue, but I don't know. I guess enough time had passed. It's probably all right that they went back to that well. Here is a beautiful Mad House ad. Needlepoint in the give them the needle and you get the point in the Mad sampler. Just like the little Mad pocket books. They're really fun. They're really cool. I got a whole box of them. I don't know how close I am to getting all of them yet, though. If you're looking through the table of contents, the vital features page, look closely, because there's some all-time classic stuff in this. One in particular, I think, is an all-time classic, and that's Irrefutable. Poet, the Mad Poet. It got some poignant. I think they're trying to go for a poignant pun, but they did the best they could. Having been an avid reader of Mad ever since its first issue appeared, to initiate the decline of the English. That's gonna fix it. Initiate the decline of the English language, I have derived much joy from my unfortunate addiction to it. But your March issue, number 93, has caused nothing but sadness, pain, disgust, and sorrow. The optical illusion on the cover, which you call the Mad Poet, was copied from Engineering Digest. Yeah, it's just people calling him out for that. Which I love that. I love that they just took something that exists and were like, this is ours. We invented it. Pretty awesome. Anyway, here's a baggy sculpture again. I kind of want to know. I want to know a little bit about this. I wonder who's still around that would know about the baggy sculptures in Mad Magazine. Surely I'm not the only one who would be interested in that, right? Um, right. So anyway, Mad visits a typical teenage beach movie. Now, if you're like me and you don't know, um, you didn't live through this era, you might not know. I know because, but I didn't always know. I'm going to be humble. I didn't always know, but now I know because I'm educated. I'm edified. Um, Beach movies in the 60s were huge. That's what we're in, the 60s, right? Yes. To give you an idea of how huge, I went to ranker.com. Ranker.com, where we have the top, what is this? The best 60s teen movies ranked. And we have number one with a bullet. Beach Blanket Bingo with Frankie Avalon. That's a name that you're going to hear a lot, okay? Frankie Avalon. Beach Party, starring Frankie Avalon. Muscle Beach Party, starring Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello. And I think Annette Funicello was like a babe back then. That was like all you cared about. In fact, look at, here's another one. Frankie Avalon and Annette Funicello. They paired up a lot. Pajama Party. I bet you there was a beach involved. Annette Funicello is there. Where the Boys Are. Oh, nobody except George Hamilton. That's kind of fun. And then number 10, Bye Bye Birdie. And it was at this point that I went to YouTube and listened to that opening number by Anne Margaret. And here you go, Ride the Wild Surf. So you see, it's like, it was significant, the beach party movie, which is weird, I think. I think that's kind of, I don't know, at least with like murder movies, like what do you call those? Like serial killer movies. You get a different setting. It's weird that you would have a recurring setting being in all of these movies. The setting being the beach. I wonder if like people who are really into film, like really pretentious, were like, it's almost as if like the beach is a character in and of itself. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, Mort Drucker doing this illustrations. And look at, I mean, this is Frankie Avalon, surely. And I wonder if they have Annette. Yeah, there she is, marching, and she's pissed. Oh boy, watch out. This is another, this is a classic. Not this one in particular, but this like recurring feature, which is Mads Modern Believe It or Nuts by Bob Clark and Arnie Kogan. One of the nice touches, aside from like the illustration, is Bob Clark's signature, mimicking Ripley's signature in these. It's really cool because it's like, it's so clearly Bob Clark, but then he does these little things to imitate the illustration, to like allude to those illustrations in Believe It or Not. Like the stippling for the shading, that's one of the things you see that Clark doesn't normally do, but he's doing it here to mimic the Ripley's Believe It or Not illustrations. Anyway, I absolutely love Bob Clark. I just hit pause recording and just went down a rabbit hole of trying to find images of Ripley's illustrations. Look at this babe, though. Nobody draws them better. Nobody draws them better than Bob Clark. Here we have cliches by Paul Coker Jr. No, not the cliches you were hoping for. These are, if kids used movie cliches in everyday life. It's amusing, it's cute, but I don't know. Ultimately, kind of filler. Hate to say it, but yeah. They say nobody who goes in there ever comes out the same. Don't forget, if anyone stops us, let me do the talking. They're cliches. They're like, but it's kids. I feel like I've seen this before. And before this, not this is in the past, so I could say before, and I saw it in the 90s, and that's after this. Anyway, Hair Goo, the magazine devoted to beautiful hairstyles. The See-Through, the Shock Coif, and the Yule Brenner. Old Yule. This is one of the fake magazines that Mad Magazine would do. They would insert throughout the magazine. And this is Jack Rickard, right? I better double check. Don't want to be incorrect. Oh, writer Al Jaffee. Yes, artist Jack Rickard. I imagine this would be fun to illustrate. Just all of this weird hair. The Statue of Liberty by Mr. Michael of Miami. Merry Xmas with Santa by Mr. Charles of Oakland. Here's Topping the Topless with Modest Maiden by Mr. Stewart of County Jail. I don't know why, that one just cracked me up so much. Here's the birth of a masked hairpiece. Boy, they were going hard with those puns. Masked hairpiece. Mr. Teddy, a famous New York hairdresser, studies a lovely model for inspiration. Suddenly it comes to Mr. Teddy, a brilliant idea for a gay new hairdo. It'll be a tantalizing upsweep brushed into 3 sections at the crown. Swiftly he goes to work, combing and brushing, deftly teasing and setting. In his artistic hands, pins and clips and rollers fall perfectly into place. Voila, a new creation fit for a queen. Talented Mr. Teddy has done it again. Now, here's the thing that I missed the first time that I flipped through this. I was looking at the subtle changes in her hair, and I totally missed the dramatic change in his hair and the little pun about a new creation fit for a queen. Anyway, very, very good. Now, this is the part that you all have been waiting for, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. This is the Mad Magazine introduction of 43-Man Squamish. Yes, a recurring joke in the letters pages and like references throughout Mad Magazine throughout the decades. Fans and idiots alike always revisiting this, coming back to the amazing sport invented by Mad Magazine and made real by readers of Mad Magazine. I think a few months ago there was a letters page that had some pictures of 43-man Squamish teams from the 1960s. So let's read a little bit about it. For years, the nation's educators have been howling about the evils inherent in such big-time college sports as football and basketball. They contend that there's too much professionalism, that not enough boys have a chance to participate, etc. But no one really lifted a finger to correct the situation until Mad's athletic council went to work, and he's come up with a brand new sport that promises to provide good, clean, amateur fun for all. Here, then, are the rules for this great new national pastime of the future. Digest them carefully and be the last person in your neighborhood to play as Mad Magazine introduces 43-Man Squamish. I would say that 43-Man Squamish is like on the would you call it the rostrum? There's 43-Man Squamish. There is the Mad Pouillet, and there is oh shoot, what's the one that just popped into my head? And the Potter Zeeby, what is it? No, the Potter Zeeby system of weights and measures. Those three, those are on the rostrum of like 1960s Mad Magazine inventions right there. Even though we just talked about how Mad Magazine didn't invent the Pouillet, that doesn't matter. It's still on there. Anyway, this is, it's just classic. I could probably spend most of the video going through this and admiring it. The artist is George Woodbridge, the writer, Tom Koch. It's expertly written. This is like some of the best Tom Koch there is on the market. This is the best Koch on the market right now. A Squamish team consists of 43 players. The left and right inside grouches, the left and right outside grouches, 4 deep brooders, 4 shallow brooders, 5 wicket men, 3 offensive nibblings, 4 quarter frummerets, 2 half frummerets, 1 full frummeret, 2 overblats, 2 underblats, 9 backup finks, 2 lepers, and a dummy. So here it is. There's that full team, and you can see in their garb, wearing sort of like riding helmets, maybe shepherd's hooks, and then flip flops. What are those called? Swimming fins. Swimming scuba fins. What the hell are those? Anyway, Each player is equipped with a long hooked stick known as a frullup. The frullup is used to halt opposing players attempting to cross your goal line with the Pritz ball. The official Pritz is 3 3/4 inches in diameter and is made of untreated ibex hide stuffed with blue jay feathers. Play begins with the probate judge flipping the new Spanish peseta. If the visiting captain calls the toss correctly, the game is immediately canceled. If he fails to call it correctly, then the home team captain is given his choice of either carrying the Pritz or defending against it. And here we go. It goes on and on like this with very complex rules that I think ultimately do make sense. The game of Squamish is played on a 5-sided field known as the fluteny. The two teams line up at opposite sides of the fluteny. Here's the funny thing, is that if a 5-sided shape is a pentagon, well, this is a pentagon, right? Like, there are no opposite sides. Those are, like, I guess, parallel, but if you have two to choose from, what is the opposite? Anyway, the fluteny and play opposite sides of the fluteny and play 7 ogres of 15 minutes each unless it rains, in which case they play 8 ogres. The defending right outside grouch signifies that he is ready to hurl the Pritz by shouting, "Mi tío es enfermo, pero la carretera es verde," a wise old Chilean proverb, which means my uncle is sick, but the highway is green. It's amazing. Look, there's fun little inserts. There's Alfred E. Neuman. There's a babe. There's a guy's ass. I did think, it took me a second to process what this was. I thought it was just like George Woodbridge drawing like a really weird looking face. It's one of those flippers. Flipper is the word. A flipper in the guy's mouth. The original charter calls for an annual meeting of the National Squamish Rules Committee. At its inaugural meeting, the committee approved a rewording of Article 16, Paragraph 77, Section J of the rules. This section, which formerly read, "The offensive left underblatt and all even-numbered ogres must touch down his frullup at the edge of the fluteny and signal to the head coxswain that he is ready to play to continue," has now been simplified to read, "The offensive left underblatt in all even-numbered ogres must touch down his frullup at the edge of the fluteny and signal to either the head coxswain or to any other official to whom the head coxswain may have delegated this authority in writing and in the presence of 2 witnesses, both of whom shall have been approved and found to be of high moral character by the office of the commissioner, that he is ready for play to continue." A mad classic is born. Anyway, let's keep moving along because we're only halfway through and there's not a lot of time left over. Another Paul Coker Jr. page. Again, this is like, I know I've said it before about Paul Coker Jr. I love Paul Coker Jr., but these sorts of like splash pages, Wimmel builders, whatever it is, like, not his strong suit. It's just weird seeing all of this barren space. And I understand it's a small town, hence the background, but I don't know. It's just like a lot of white space, and I don't really like it. Here we have the Joke and Dagger Department, Part 1, Spy versus Spy. This is delightful, this little... what is that comparison there? That's not the word I want. Someday I'm gonna keep a list of words. Like, oh, I have another monitor in front of me. I'm gonna keep a list of words that are useful for me to remember. Look, he found a tree. That's wonderful. Here we have the modern highwayman, and I mean, listen. Don Martin is the illustrator, written by James T. Shannon. I was about to say Frank Jacobs. Normally with these, like, they're writing these, it's like greatest hits, right? And Alfred Noyes this is like Alfred Noyes' greatest hit. But I don't know Alfred Noyes, so I don't know this poem. And I do like Don Martin, though. And this looks pretty cool. It's I don't know. Every time I see something like this, I remark the same thing. It's cool to see mad artists doing things that I'm not used to them doing. So, Don Martin, he did this one. What was it? Was it like the Rime of the Ancient Mariner done as like a surfer thing? I might have to check Mad Cover Site real quick. Pause. All right, I was close. It was the Rime of the Modern Skateboarder, with apologies to Samuel Taylor Coleridge, the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Tom Koch as the writer and Don Martin as the artist. So was able to remember that one. I did that one a long time ago, issue 100, or was that 200? Yeah. Anyway, I like this stuff. It's fun to see artists doing something that I don't see them doing every issue. Here we have Mad Gun Owners and Other Small Bores primer, written by Larry Siegel, illustrated by George Woodbridge. It's like, did they only have 3 artists this issue? Well, I guess 4. Rickard, Woodbridge, Martin, and then the other guy that I can't think of, Paul Coker Jr. Okay, and Antonio Prohías. This is so great, though. Like, again, the writing is, I've grown tired of it because it's like once a week I'm reading one of these. But the illustrations, I mean, come on. How are you not going to love this one? There's like some amazing, amazing illustrations in this one. How about this one? See the gun store? Anyone can buy a gun and ammunition here. See the people shopping for guns? Shop, shop, shop. See the nice lady. She is bargain hunting. She wants to do away with her husband because he's no bargain. See her buy a pistol for $8 and a bullet for 9 cents. Wait, nice lady, don't go yet. Think. You forgot your green stamps. What the hell is a green stamp? That must be some old gun thing. Here's another gun lover. He keeps a pistol in his desk drawer. It gives him a sense of power, so he keeps his gun handy. He keeps his gun very handy. His children have no trouble finding it. His family has been shrinking every day. Shrink, shrink, shrink. Aren't guns great for beating the population explosion? Well, now we have a decline in population. That's not good. Here we have the typewriter tunes. This is like Brandel style humor right here, but he has nothing to do with it. Bet and Dean Norman, art by Royal Portable. I think this is not the first one that they have done. I'm almost certain that there was another one of these. Let me see. Let's see what Bet Norman has done. Yeah, typewriter tunes. There was one in Mad 73. Yeah, this was one of 2 appearances by the Normans. I mean, that'd be awesome. 2 more appearances than me. I have 0 appearances. Here we have the lighter side of spring, which we're just going to kind of cruise through. Be sure to hit pause if you want to see it. Here we have Mr. Hugh Hefner's Celebrity Wallet. Hit pause and look through this. We got to keep chugging along because there's another thing I wanted to see besides this spy versus spy. Whoa! I haven't zoomed in on anything, but I got to zoom in on this. Look at that. The way he did that fabric draping over the wall. Oh, that is beautiful. That is so cool looking. Holy smokes. Prohías is pretty amazing. Here we have. This is dumb. This is so dumb, but it's very amusing too. Oh, goodness me. There, here we have Passion Place. I don't know. Somebody in the comments will have to fill me in on Passion Place. I have no idea what it is, but there's one more of these. Mad's Modern, Believe It or Nuts, which I realized I didn't even read the first one at all. Pierre Duval, the maitre d' at the exclusive Copa Papaya Club, one-seated a couple at ringside without holding his hand out for money. The couple were his parents. However, he was overheard telling them, "You don't have to pay me now, you can owe me." A cauliflower in the shape of a bass fiddle was grown by Miss Mabel Cartiglop of Berwyn, Idaho, and she never once tried to sell the story, to believe it or not. Berwyn. Anyway, here is a fold-in. Where's the question? The fold-in picture that not even Playboy would dare print. There's like a beastly hand. Jaffee, drawing the babes. My God. Warning, the shocking fold-in pictures for adults only. Mad will not be responsible for its effect on children. April Fool. Anyway, I mean, what else did you think was going to happen? A scene we would like to see? I feel like I've seen this before, but different. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Mad Magazine number 95. Remember, hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.